Yeah.
That's all right as far as diving goes.
But gosh, dating's different.
Sure, but you'll want to date someday, George. It's easier here where you know everyone so well. Later on it may be harder. Like taking your first plunge from the high dive.
Diving into the social swim is a lot easier than it seems. It's just a matter of following a few very simple rules of etiquette, a matter, too, of having a little courage. After a morning of thinking it over, George decides to take the plunge.
Oh, sorry. Hiya, Mildred.
Hi.
How'd you like Skip Davis's poster? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
Ought to be a nice party, maybe with a floor show and all.
Yeah, sure will.
Would you like to go?
Huh?
I mean, would you like to go to the party?
You mean with you? Why, I guess so. That'd be okay. Sure. I'll have to ask at home, of course.
Okay, I'll check with you at school tomorrow.
Fine. Bye.
Bye.
George did make the date. Awkward, maybe, but the date is made. Here's Bill ready to make the plunge. Let's see how well he does it.
Hello?
Hi, Helen. What are you doing Friday night?
Yes? Yes? Who is this?
Why, it's Bill. Bill Jenkins.
Oh, Bill. Well, hello.
I was just wondering if you're busy Friday night.
Friday night? Why,
No, Bill didn't do very well. First mistake, to think that everybody recognizes his voice. Second mistake, is it fair to extend an invitation without telling what it's all about? But Bill seems to realize that he did it the wrong way. Let's give him another chance.
Hello?
Hi, Helen. It's Bill Jenkins.
Oh, hello, Bill. Fine. What's new?
Say, the teen club's giving a party in the community house Friday night. Would you like to go with me?
Oh, gee, thanks. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yes? Oh, I don't know. Did you know whether or not Barbara's going? I suppose so.
Hold it. This is getting embarrassing for both of them. They don't know how to stop. The rule here is that the girl declines or accepts an invitation briefly and then says goodbye. If Helen had been older, she might have handled the telephone conversation something like this.
Hello?
Hi, Helen. It's Bill Jenkins.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Say, the teen club's giving a party at the community house Friday night. Would you like to go with me?
Oh, yes, thanks. That sounds like a lot of fun.
The party starts at 7:30. I'll call for you about 10 after.
Fine, Bill. I'll be looking forward to it. Bye.
Well, here it is, the dance night. Bill is well groomed. That's the first step. His next problem is what to say when he gets to Helen's door. Bill wonders who's going to open the door.
How do you do? I'm Bill Jenkins. I've come to call for Helen.
Oh, yes. How do you do?
Nice
We've
start.
been expecting you.
Now let's do it again, and suppose that Helen had opened the door.
Hi, Helen. Gee, you look nice.
Well, thank you. Do you like my new dress?
Yeah.
Well, come on in.
That was a natural. Any honest compliment is tops in date etiquette.
Bill, this is my mother.
Helen slipped up on her introduction. The rule here is the younger person is always presented to the older person. Try it again, Helen.
Mother, this is my friend, Bill Jenkins.
Hello, Bill.
How do you do?
Father, this is Bill Jenkins. He caddies at the municipal golf course. Maybe you've seen him there sometimes.
How do you do, Bill?
How do you do?
Good. And Helen, by mentioning Bill's job, has started a lively conversation. But not every boy is as lucky as Bill. Let's see how his friend Dwight is making out. Dwight here is obviously on the spot. No one is being helpful. What do you talk about in a situation like this, he wonders? The weather? Pictures on the wall? What? The only thing on his mind right now is the party he's going to. Why not say something about the party?
The party's gonna be fine tonight. There's going to be a floor show. A couple of 8th grade kids are going to give some imitations. There's a good piano player, too.
Dwight found a good topic for conversation. You may wonder what to talk about all evening on a date. But the secret of easy conversation is getting off to a good start. And here, the girl can often take the lead.
My, did Mother and I have a time at the hairdresser's today? Oh, it was so funny.
And do you think this is a good start? Hardly. What does Dwight know about hairdressing problems? Now, here's a good way of selecting subjects for conversation. George is thinking about them beforehand. George has chosen a good topic. It seems that Mildred enjoys telling about her new puppy. Here they are at the party. Bill is right on hand to wait for Helen. But poor Joan. Her date, Tom, has committed the unforgivable error of leaving his partner stranded. One of the secrets of having a good time at a party lies in trying to see that others have a good time. And while it's certainly reasonable and fun to relax for a while and just stand around, nevertheless, all boy huddles and all girl huddles carried on too long can get to be a bore. Crossing that wide dance floor and asking a girl to dance can seem frightening, but then so did that first dive. Here's an opportunity for Pete and Morris to break up this deadlock, to make the party fun. It's also a chance for them to add to their skill in friendly relations. For party skill, like diving skill, is gained by just one thing, by practice and more practice. An efficient committee helps to make a party a success by thinking of those who are interested in other things than dancing. Always part of the etiquette of dating is the problem of getting home on time. This is the responsibility of both boys and girls alike.
Oh, gosh, I better be thinking about my deadline, George. You know parents. I have to be home by 10:15 or else.
Yes, we'd have to leave right now if we want to make your house walking. But I made a deal with Bill's dad for a ride. We've got at least another 15 minutes.
Oh, fine.
Good night, Mr. Jenkins, and thanks for the lift.
Bye. Night.
Good night, George. Good night, Mildred.
Bye.
George sees Mildred right to her door. Mildred remembers to express her appreciation.
Gosh, thanks a lot, George. I had a wonderful time.
Okay, I enjoyed very much, too. See you in school.
Okay, good night.
Night.
And George remembers to wait until she's safely inside. And so, George's first plunge into the social swim comes to a successful end. It wasn't too difficult. All it required was a little courage and following a few simple rules of etiquette. Rules which are based on just one thing: consideration for the feelings of others. Politeness comes naturally when we are considerate. Lack of consideration can spoil our partner's good time. Planning things in advance can be a wise move, too, whether it has to do with what to talk about or when to go home. By following these simple rules, all dating can be fun.
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with power protein, plus vitamin B1 for Go Power. And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Zippity scooter, zippity yay, this is really kicking my dupa here, man. Hey, Stasha, what you reading for? Oh, a book on magic, that's very good. You know what, you're a lot like your mom that way, God rest her soul. Always had her nose in a book, that's right. Hey, you know what, I don't know what you did to the toilet in the basement there. Yeah, nah, don't worry about that, but you're my daughter, I understand. And you know what they say, the apple dumpling doesn't fall too far from the tree, right? But anyway, if you really want to help me out, you want to whip me up one of those, you know, those fancy snakes that those plumbers use to unclog a drain, because this old thing ain't working. Let me tell you, I'm down there plunging my dupe off. Yeah, can you help me out there? Okay. Oh, magic wand, very good. All right there, Stasha Potter, do your thing. Oh, sorry. Whoa! Wow, look at that! Way to go, Stasha, you did it! Oh my gosh, magic is real! Whoa, now we're talking. Yeah, look at that thing. Woo, it's crazy. I can hardly control it. Come on, you can help me. Help me undo what you did. All right, let's go, Stasha. After you. Oh my gosh. This is gonna work great. Whoa, easy there, easy there. Woo-hoo.
Yashu snaking the toilet drain with a real live 12-foot boa constrictor? What could possibly go wrong? Ooh. Tune in next time for more misadventures of Stasha from the old country.
And we're back. We made it back. Can you believe it, Jack? I can't believe it.
Hey guys, we're sorry about that technical glitch earlier. Yeah, we had to do a reboot. Random computer, whatever.
It happens. You know, when you're streaming live like this, anything can happen, and it usually does. It's Murphy's Law, right?
Pretty much. But luckily, we were able to reboot it pretty quickly and get back to the stream. YouTube let us pick up where we left off.
Pretty much. That's what it seemed like it did, right?
Yeah.
All right, so welcome back.
The show must go on.
Yeah, welcome back to the Hangout. We're back here, and we got more show to go. I think we're going to get into our stills right now, or our plugs for the evening.
Yeah, so we have some events we can talk about. One is in person, and one is literally tomorrow, yes. And one is virtual next week.
So here we go. Let's start with the first where we're going to be. Hey, okay. The big event tomorrow night. Woo!
Woo! At the Beachland Ballroom here in Cleveland tomorrow night is the final chapter of Cleveland Screaming. So there's going to be 3 bands, 2 DJs, a documentary, and the Mummy and the Monkey helping to MC the evening. So Archie and the Bunkers, it's their big reunion show. And then we've got the Ruiners and Bathurst from Detroit. Then there's the documentary This Is Elvis's Birthday 92, featuring Mike Hudson, who is no longer with us. He was in the band The Pagans, Cleveland's first punk rock group.
And that's the movie you're going to be giving away 2 copies of tonight to our winners tonight, correct?
Yes, and 2 lucky winners at the end of the night will get to get that documentary on DVD.
They won't get both of them, but 2 people will get some. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 2 winners will get a DVD.
All right, so that's Cleveland Screaming tomorrow night at the Beachland Ballroom, hosted by yours Ghoulies.
Hosted by us, I guess.
That's right. It's going to be a blast. We can't wait to do it.
And then there's some super chats. Albert Metelsky and I believe Jonathan Henry. Thank you for the super chats. All right, so this is the virtual event, and this is Wednesday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be on the Late Late Horror Show. We're going to chat it up with Dino. He has a great YouTube channel. He does paranormal talk shows, radio shows, movie trivia.
Yeah, he plays a bunch of old-time radio stuff. He does hours and hours of it. Has a new offering just about every night, I believe. He has a new chunk of stuff that he plays through the night. And he mixes it up with some live talk shows like you just said. He does some paranormal stuff on Thursday nights. He does trivia shows, and we're going to be chatting up with them this Wednesday. So it's going to be a lot of fun to be on his show.
So, yeah, that will be Wednesday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to chat it up with Dino from the Late Late Horror Show. We're going to be on his awesome channel, and you can look him up on YouTube and subscribe later on.
Yeah, so we'll see you then there. And then, hey, this is a plug for our buddies, the Mads, Trace Ballew and Fred Conniff from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, those guys are awesome. So, yeah, Tuesday, July 12th. So, that's the Tuesday before. Okay.
Yes.
So they're playing a bunch of short films, and they're riffing on them, and it's a live event, and the tickets are just $10. And the information is on their social media pages. The Mads are back. Just look up the Mads are back.
Yes, and we enjoy it every time. We're there every event. We love it. So we'll be there Tuesday night hanging out with the Mads. All right. Well, you know, in the chat we love.
Yes, we'll be hanging out virtually with them, watching and enjoying the show.
So hey, don't get enough Mummy and the Monkey here on Friday nights. Well, don't worry, don't fret. I mean, we're kind of here when we do our Living the Screen podcast.
Yes, we did not do one this week. We can catch our previous podcasts. And I'm sure we'll have another one next week.
We're going to have to download after this tomorrow night show.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be much to discuss after all that, after our busy weekend.
Actually, there's a lot to discuss about reselling, too.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, follow us on YouTube here. You can subscribe to the channel. And, we have our podcast, Living the Scream, and that's a separate playlist on the YouTube channel.
That's right. And if you want to look good wherever you go, this summer, winter, or fall, check out our Teespring store. We have tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, and so much more. It's all there on the Teespring store. We have different sizes and colors and designs to choose from for men, ladies, kids, anybody in between there. We even have a coupon code. The coupon code CW22, and you could get 15% off your order. So CW22 for the coupon code. And let me put the camera. Can we put the camera back on? Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I was letting you letting that thing run out there.
It ran out.
Calm down. I got it.
And here we are. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot going on, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
We can handle this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Punk rock night tomorrow night. Can't wait. Hang out with all the punks and drunks.
Yes. So Archie and the Bunkers, they are a Cleveland band. This is their reunion show. They were on like a hiatus, I guess, and they've toured all over. They've been to like Europe and all over the place, and they're coming back to Cleveland.
All right, it's gonna be a blast tomorrow night. All righty, daddy. Okay, so now we're back to Screaming Good.
Very cool. All right, well, let's get into the next short film, and then after that, we've got a What Do You Do segment.
We sure do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to load up this other one now. If I do this, it's gonna be a little wonky, everybody. Just bear with us here. But I'm going to load in the Lost short for the night.
Oh, the About Film.
Facts About Film.
Facts About Film. This is from 1936.
All right, so get ready to see this wizardry. I'm gonna
is that
do right
the one
here.
right? Oh, no, 1948. Facts
Ooh.
about film from 1948.
Even way, way back. Okay.
Yeah, way back.
Okay, you're going to see the screen go black, and then all kind of funny stuff happen. So, all right, here we go. Facts about film right here on
The Mummy and the Monkeys. Harry, Scary Hangout.
Facts about film. Okay.
Maybe.
From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
This is 16mm sound film. Because it's easily shown on small portable projectors, its invention has greatly increased the use and value of motion pictures. These days, anyone can operate a sound projector. The film is a celluloid strip, perforated along one edge. A gelatin coating on one side contains the images of pictures and recorded sound. On black and white film, these images are formed of silver, and on color film, they're formed by dyes. Celluloid, unfortunately, is not the world's strongest material. Therefore, motion picture film must be handled with care to protect it from damage. You see what I mean? Let's take another example. Care must be taken to protect film in transit. Here's a strong fiber box, but see what's inside. If, before we ship a reel of film, we apply a paper band and fasten it securely, at the other end of the line, we'll have film, not spaghetti. There are two types of celluloid used in the manufacture of film. One of them, known as cellulose nitrate, is the kind used for the 35mm print shown in the movie theaters. Nitrate film is comparatively strong, but it has the disadvantage of being highly inflammable. It is almost an explosive. Theaters are required to maintain elaborate precautions against fire and to employ highly skilled operators. This is just one of many reasons why it would not be safe to use nitrate film in a portable projector. All 16mm film is made of acetate cellulose. Acetate film is perfectly safe, but it's not as tough as nitrate. Any friction against the surface of moving film is likely to produce a scratch. It shows on the screen as a dark vertical line, like this, and this, and this. Hey there! Get your fingers off the film. That's better. The manufacturers of 16mm projectors carefully design their machines to keep film wear and strain at a minimum. But in running through a projector, the film necessarily touches and rubs against parts of the machine. Here at the gate, for example, the film is pressed between two pieces of metal, the aperture plate and the pressure plate. But see how these plates are made. A wide path has been hollowed out for the pictures to go through, and another has been made for the soundtrack. The important areas of the film are not touched at all. Other parts of the machine, the guide rollers, sprockets, and the sound drum turn with the film, and so there is no friction. In spite of the manufacturer's care, scratches sometimes occur in the machine. Careless threading is one cause. Here, for example, the operator is allowing the film to scrape the bottom of the lamp house. See those guide rollers? That's what they're for. Film runs through the gate at the rate of 36 feet a minute. Dust and particles of gelatin are accumulating on the surfaces of the plates. Eventually, the hollowed-out spaces are filled with dirt. And so, we have more of those lovely scratches. Before every reel of film, the wise operator uses a brush to clean out the gate. At regular intervals, he inspects the gate for hard particles of gelatin that the brush could not remove. He scrapes them off with a toothpick. He does not use a knife blade or a pin. A metal tool would spoil the polished surface of the plates. The operator also cleans the sprockets and checks the guide rollers to see that they turn freely. While we're talking about scratches, here's another way to make them. The film is wound too loosely on the reel. We think it ought to be tightened, so we grab the reel firmly and pull the film good and hard. This is called cinching the film, and the scratches we get are called cinch marks. They look like this. It's better to leave the film loose than to tighten it by cinching. The perforations along the edge of the film provide the means by which the sprocket wheels of the projector move the film. Here, the operator has been careful to mesh the film perforations with the sprocket teeth. But a bad splice in the film may cause the perforations to jump out of alignment with the teeth, and so new holes may be punched where they don't belong. It's easy to check for this sort of damage while the machine is running. Gently feel the perforated edge of the film as it passes into the take-up reel. If the film is rough or jagged, stop the machine. Look for the source of trouble. The sprockets carry the film with a smooth, continuous motion. But at the gate is a set of claws which move in and out, up and down, to give the film an intermittent movement. Film is threaded so as to leave small loops above and below the gate. These loops act as shock absorbers, confining the intermittent movement to only a few inches of film. A few torn holes like these may travel safely through the sprockets. But at the gate, the claws fail to drive the film. The lower loop tightens, and on the screen we have a picture that looks like this. Without its shock absorber, the film is being strained. A few torn holes have grown to be a whole series of them. It's sometimes possible to reform a loop while the machine is running. However, it's better to stop the machine immediately. There will be less damage, and the operator has a chance to check all of the threading. One of the most useful parts of a projector is the little wheel that lets you turn the machine by hand. It should be used to run through the leader of each film before the showing is begun. When the machine is moving as slowly as this, it's a simple matter to spot mistakes in threading. When a film breaks in two, it can, of course, be repaired. A splice is really a weld, so the trick in making splices is to have the overlapping surfaces absolutely clean. Roughing them lightly with a razor blade will help. And be sure that the cement you use is fresh. the projector is clean and well adjusted. The film is carefully threaded. With proper care, a 16mm film will give hundreds of good showings.
This has been a presentation of the library.
All right, hey.
Hey, gang, we're back.
Hey, wow, we learned a lot about film, or did we?
Yeah, there's going to be a pop quiz later.
Popcorn quiz.
Yeah, so now we know all about running a projector.
Oh, too much.
If you're in 1948.
Yeah, that one we could have probably not have even shown.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe it was a good thing. Well, but we did, so there you go.
Now it's out of our system.
Anyone
it's
left?
done.
Anyone left here?
Yeah, there's actually about 100 people watching still.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
You're all still here for the most part.
We got more show to go, so we'll just go right into our third one. Or actually, this is the fourth
no,
one.
what about the what do you do?
You want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. What do you do? Here we go. What do you do? You do.
Yep.
What do you do when you're watching the Hangout? Do you watch on your PC? Do you watch on your phone, in a group or alone? Send us pics and let us see. What do you do when you're watching the Hangout? Does your hairy, scary show? Do you watch with your dog, or you sleep like a log? Send us pics and let us know, yeah.
Okay, we start out with, hey, from Toy Collector.
Toy Collector, wow.
So this is the vest he's working on to wear to a convention.
Oh, that's fun.
And look whose patch is on there.
Oh, hey, we're on there.
Hey, what do you know?
With a jack-o'-lantern and Evil Dead and zombies.
Very cool.
That's fun. Oh, Dead Alive. Dead Alive is an amazing movie. I love that movie.
I guess he's sewing patches on his vest while he watches our show, which is cool. Thanks, Toy Collector.
Yeah, thanks for sending that, dude.
And this next series is from, whoa, hey, the Watson family.
From the Watson family.
Look at their what? Look at, they have all their monsters and stuff set up there.
Wow, the mini monsters are making creepy crawlers.
Oh, that's cool.
And they've got their monster toys hanging up. Aw, that's awesome. So they're all hanging out making creepy crawlers while watching the show.
Well, they're watching in real time because I think the time difference there, we're on at 8.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour difference.
That's
so they're
right.
out west, and they said it's usually on at 7.
Well, thank you, Watson family, for sending these very cool pictures in for us to see how you watch our show. All right. And then last but not least, more from Marty. It's a cartoon. 2 panels. Okay, the Mummy and the Monkey present The Putrid Adventures of Petunia and Fartworth.
Gee, Fartworth, you don't seem very excited. This is your special party day because you have been part of us for a year. You're going to have lots of fun, don't you think?
I don't know, Toots. I got me a crummy feeling about all this. I think that old Grimmo and Yummy Cakes are both planning on bailing out. Just you wait and see. I'm going to get hosed on this one.
Rage, rage.
Uh-oh, Grim, look, he's not buying it at all.
Oh, so, like, right, I guess, like I'm supposed to believe that you gizmos were bitten by zombies, right? Well, it ain't happening. You owe me a party, and I want it, and I want it now, or I'll wrap this rattle around your gums. I'll get all the mini monsters to go in on strike. I'll paint the cats green. Aha.
Ooh, that was like an epic one. Thanks,
Wow.
Marty. Yep. That's
Thanks for sending all that artwork.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool.
All right, and yeah, thank you guys for sending in the What Do You Do's. Thank you, Watson family. Thank you, Toy Painter. That is so cool. We cannot wait to see what your vest looks like when it's all done.
Or I want to see some creepy crawlers, too.
And we want to see what the creepy crawlers look like.
Yeah.
I missed that. That is so fun. Okay, so if you guys want to send in a picture of what you do while you watch the show, send it in to themummyandthemonkey@gmail.com, and we will air it on our next episode.
We sure will, or whenever you send them in.
Or whenever you send them in.
Yeah, so get to send in some pics, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to play another short, and then after that we have some fan mail to open.
That's right.
So which one's next, Grim? The cicadas?
Yeah.
The cicadas are fun.
Oof.
They're my favorite bug.
Okay, well, get ready for...
I love cicadas.
And this short actually lasts 17 years.
Oh, no.
It's the longest short we've ever played.
Do you guys have a favorite bug? Put it in the comments.
Here's all about 17 years. No, it doesn't take 17 years or minutes, but
no.
It's a longer one.
It's about 10 minutes.
All right.
10, 11
Everything you never want to know about cicadas is coming right up right here on
the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout.
Cicada.
We're going to learn all about bugs.
Tomato.
Of all the Earth's living things, no group is as durable or as diverse as the insects. Insects have been on Earth for millions of years, since before the age of dinosaurs. In certain years, the are as diverse as the insects. Insects have been on Earth for millions of years, since before the age of dinosaurs. Their success is due largely to their incredible diversity. Each different color, size, and form is a tool, one that takes advantage of an opportunity for survival. In some species, the greatest tool for survival is the life cycle itself. In certain years, the forests of eastern North America are filled with evidence of one of the insect world's most spectacular life cycles. Empty insect skins litter the forest floor. The air is filled with a shrill, eerie song. The periodical cicada is emerging. The life cycle of the periodical cicada is the longest known in the insect world. Life began for these cicadas 17 years ago, when their eggs were deposited inside the living branches of the forest. A few weeks later, tiny cicada nymphs hatched and tumbled to the forest floor. In a tiny mud cell beneath the ground, the nymph drew nourishment from a tree root. It will continue to grow and develop for 12 years, until it reaches its full size. Late in the 16th year, the nymph begins to tunnel to the surface. Now, in the summer of the 17th year, an unknown signal starts millions of cicada nymphs crawling to the surface. This signal invariably comes at night, and the nymph's strongest instinct is to continue climbing vertically, away from the forest floor. Finally, the nymph stops. A split opens at the back, and the adult emerges. This process, called eclosion, usually takes about 90 minutes. Here it's speeded up by the time-lapse camera. The heart pumps blood through veins in the folded wings. At the same time, the cicada's soft white body begins to harden. By morning, the transformation is completed. The cicada's body is dark and hard, and its wings are fully developed. The adult cicada, about 4 centimeters long, is easily recognized by its large red eyes and delicate orange double wings. It feeds by inserting its beak through thin bark on the branch of a tree and drawing off the sap. There are large regional populations, or broods, where all the cicadas emerge together. There are at least 18 broods in North America, many of which overlap. In most broods, the emergence occurs every 17 years, though a few broods in the south are on 13-year cycles. All the broods do not emerge in the same year. The cicadas in brood 10, for example, emerged in 1970 and will emerge again in 1987 and in 2004. Brood 13 emerged in 1973 and will emerge again in 1990 and 2007. In a healthy brood, the number of cicadas is awesome. Hundreds of millions may appear over the usual 2-week emergence period. Vast numbers are essential to the survival of the periodical cicada because many will not live to the completion of their life cycle. Some emerging adults become trapped without the strength to complete their transformation. Others have shriveled, misshapen wings. Large numbers die from a fungus infection that fills up the normally hollow abdomen. Even healthy cicadas perish in large numbers. For many animals, the emergence of cicadas means a new and bountiful supply of food. But because the cicadas appear all at once, the great majority survive. A few days after emergence, mating begins. Under the wing, the male cicada has a white, ridged membrane, stretched tight like a drumhead. This is the sound organ. The males congregate and chorus in unison. This chorusing is the cicada's mating call. The female's eggs are fertilized during mating, which may take more than an hour. Then, with the ovipositor, or egg-laying tube, the female carves out a cavity in a small branch. Here she deposits her eggs. About 15 eggs are laid in 2 rows side by side. The female cicada will make one pocket after another until all 600 of her eggs are laid. Then, with the most important part of their life cycle completed, the adult cicadas die off only a couple of weeks after they first emerged. The longest known lifespan in the insect world comes to a quiet end. During one man's lifetime, a brood of periodical cicadas will emerge only 3 or 4 times. Henry Dybus of Chicago's Field Museum of Natural History watched brood 13 emerge 17 years ago. At that time, he made a census of the cicadas in this area. Now, with co-workers from the University of Chicago, he is back to study the same area with the same statistical techniques. The area is divided into thousands of plots, each of 1 square yard. Then about 100 are selected at random. The field workers locate the plots, clear the ground, and count the cicada holes, which will remain until the following winter. This study has shown that as many as 1.5 million cicadas have emerged from a single acre of land. One reason for the success of the periodical cicadas is the fact that they appear above ground all at once. This synchronous emergence ensures that almost all the cicadas will be able to quickly find a mate. Birds and other predators will eat only a small part of the cicada population before the rest have reproduced and died a natural death. Another important adaptation for survival is the cicada's extremely long life cycle. The longest part of this 17 years is spent underground, hidden from most predators. Only 1/3 of 1% of the life cycle is spent above ground, where the cicada is most vulnerable. There is no fully accepted explanation of how the cicada developed such a long life cycle, but it gives the cicada a big advantage against its above-ground predators. Several months after emergence, the forest shows evidence that a new brood will soon hatch. Where many pockets of eggs were laid, the branches are damaged, and the leaves at the end of the branches are dead. This is a natural pruning process and does the trees no permanent harm. But it's another indication of the great size of the cicada population. 7 or 8 weeks after the eggs are fertilized, tiny cicada nymphs begin to emerge from the egg pockets. They tumble to the ground and seek shelter below the surface. Not all will survive. In a few years, they will be large enough to attract the attention of feeding moles. Fire and plant diseases will also take a toll. When Dutch elm disease struck a few years ago in the Brood 13 area, up to 2/3 of the nymphs in some locations starved. But again, numbers are the cicada's defense. If only 3 or 4 of each female's 600 eggs survive, the population will continue undiminished. The periodical cicada will emerge again in 17 years.
What a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
Phooey! Here's the world's super sweet new cereal called Chocula.
Bill, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry flavor.
Well, I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Frankenberry.
Called Chocula.
Meow.
Frankenberry. Count Chocula.
Hi everybody, Stasha and Yashu here. That's right, we're hanging out in our kitchen, and we had a lot of people write in and say, hey, they want us to do an ID for the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout show. So Stasha and I set up the camera, and we're going to try to do this, all right, Stasha? We're going to do it together, okay? So on 1, 2, 3, you are watching the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout. What the heck was that?
Hey, Groovy Ghoulies! My name's Rob.
And I'm Karen.
And we're the Bargain Barons, and we love running around our city to different garage sales and estate sales looking for antiques and collectibles.
Oh my gosh, there's just so many nice things here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so nice.
Hey, wow, look at this old thing.
Oh yeah. And when we're not doing that, we love watching Mummy and Monkey on YouTube and Facebook.
They're awesome. Check them out.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Ooh, wow. Cicada. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to
the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout.
And
this is episode 167, our shorts night. We just watched all about cicadas.
Wow, the periodical, whatever that was, Cicada.
From 1975.
A real sleeper, and we do mean that. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it bugging you?
A little bit. Like I said, I need 17 years to recover from that one. But no.
Oh, jeez.
It was interesting. Like, I basically, when I see those things, I think that they're pretty much bird food. You know, they just really don't do anything. They don't serve a purpose.
Well, they
don't, other than feeding other animals. I mean, maybe that's what they are, you know, like you know.
Well, they make that
birds.
Awesome, cool noise in the summer.
What do you need that for?
I know, they're cute.
You know, they're bird food. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that too.
Just like those Canadian soldier things, those little
muckleheads.
The muckleheads.
Yeah, that's pretty much bird food too.
Billions and billions of them, and what do? They just kind of fly over the water and die in the same day.
Well, all right, we've got some fan mail that we can open.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so there's a box here, and it looks like it was sent to us from Marty.
Oh,
Marty
hey.
in Cleveland.
That's cool.
All right. Thank you, Marty.
Yeah, thanks, Marty.
Ooh,
What's in the
a
box?
plastic bag.
That's always helpful.
He sent us a plastic bag. How nice.
We've got cats. We could use those.
Yeah. 2 zombie rats for my 2 buddies. They were gifted to me, and I knew right away of where to send. Hopefully, you will keep, sell, or whatever with them. Marty.
Wow. Hopefully they're not like real rat skeletons.
Ooh. They're like
Can you eat 'em?
golden rat skeletons.
Oh, Lord, let me see.
Ooh. Those are cool looking. We'll have to put them somewhere on the set.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, cool. Thanks, Marty. That's
Thank
pretty
you,
sweet.
Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, there, you can hang one right there. Cool.
Stuck it right there for now.
Thank you.
Yeah, viewer mail. That's always nice to get. It's always fun to get packages in the mail. I love it.
Yeah, we love viewer mail, guys. Thank you.
Very, very cool.
So yes, we have a prize giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
and let me show you what the prizes are, because I don't think I showed you guys the cover. So this is the this is Elvis's birthday '92.
Yeah.
Featuring Mike Hudson, or with Mike Hudson. This is the
Your
30.
cousin.
Mike Hudson.
Oh, you said your cousin.
Mike Hudson. This is the 30th anniversary edition.
Mm.
And it says, "Don't be fooled. New 2K transfer. So real. Intelligible sound. Complete recut and more. The most controversial Elvis film ever." So, 2 lucky winners at the end of the night are going to get those as a prize. All you have to do to win is to comment on our YouTube chat.
And if you come out to the event tomorrow night, you'll see the film shown live.
Yes. But for the winners who might not live in the area, they'll be mailed to you next week. So the prize winners won't get them till after the show. But yeah, my mummy bucket is filled up here. I've been writing names down. You guys have been commenting, and yeah, so I've been writing all your names down.
We're going to pick 2 lucky winners in a little bit here.
It's
All right.
very cool. Yeah, let's see what the comments are. Tony says it should be on Betamax.
It should be.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of the Cleveland Screaming show we're hosting tomorrow, the reason why we got asked to host it is because of this fella right here. He's not hosting it anymore, but the Ghoul, Ron Sweet, used to host these events in the past. So we're saying we have a big fright wig to fill to be these his successor, you know, successors to hosting this show.
Yeah, and we were just really you know, flattered to be asked.
So yeah, we're gonna be the monsters, the MCs of the show, of the
Monsters
event.
of Ceremony.
That's right. So
we'll introduce the bands and just pal around and hang out with you guys.
It's going to be a great blast. So come on out if you can to the the Beachland Ballroom tomorrow.
Beachland Ballroom, yeah, not Berea.
Cleveland Screaming. One of those B words, a B word.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got on the agenda? What time we got here?
Let's see, 11:44. So we could probably play one more short.
We can, and this is good because I did add sound effects to this one.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Which one?
It is the last one for the night. It's Men and Machines.
Men and Machines from 1936. So imagine this. In 1936, they made this film because they thought, there were people that thought machines were going to take over everything.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing of back and forth about...
So imagine, I mean, what they would think of how things are now.
Right. I mean, gosh, they were right.
With AI and apps and cell phones and everything.
What's funny, too, is not to get into it, obviously, because it's not this kind of show, but it does come up in the short about how the automotive industry destroyed the horse and buggy industry.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big thing going on now with electric cars, electric things like that taking over the combustion, you know, gas-powered stuff. So I think it's a cyclical thing, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you'll make up your own mind. You'll get a little insight on what was going on way back in 1936. Here we go with Men and Machines with Grimm Gorri sound effects.
Ooh.
Right here on the
Mummy and the Monkeys Hairy Scary Hangout.
Let's go.
You know, Lowell, I can tell you what's wrong with the country today. It's the machine age. Everywhere you look, it's machines, machines, machines. That's the trouble. The machines have got all the jobs. And there's only one solution.
What's that?
We've got to quit making machines, put padlocks on those we've got, and give the jobs back to the men.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Ed.
Oh, let me show you something over here. Have you ever been in this donut shop?
No? I like donuts, Ed, but donuts don't like me.
Well, Lowell, there's something here that gives a lot of people indigestion of a different kind. And I'll tell you what it is.
Peanut butter.
It's a mechanical gadget that can make more donuts in 10 minutes than in 10 days.
Well, well, the old sinker has gone mechanical. Say, that machine's a honey, isn't it?
Well, it certainly does everything.
Except one thing, you still have to dunk them yourself.
Please, no, I'm serious. That machine is only a sample of what's wrong with the country.
What do you mean, too many donuts?
No, too many machines. Why, everywhere you look. Some machines doing the work that ought to be done by men. Everything's machine, machine, machine. The thing's got out of control. We've created a monster that's putting us all out of jobs. And I'll tell you, Lowell...
All right, Ed, I'll be serious. As old Abe Martin used to say, it's amazing how a few facts will break up an argument. The trouble is, a lot of us don't get the whole picture. You know, I wish you had been with me in the workshop of an old friend the other afternoon. He's retired now, living on a pension from the company that used to employ him as a foreman in its machine shops. But he still putters around, just because he loves machines.
Oh, is that a fact?
His son came in, accompanied by a friend with a point of view just like yours.
Dad, Ted here wants us to go back to the good old days. He's got it all figured out that machines are ruining the country.
Carl warned me that you'd give me an argument on that, Mr. Ryan. Of course, I don't mean we don't need some machinery, but just look at us today. Everything we used is made by somebody pushing a button. Why, if a machine run by one man can do 12 men's work, then that's 11 men's jobs gone. Now, that's just arithmetic, isn't it?
Maybe. I say figures don't lie. And certainly in the last 30 years, we've been putting in millions of labor-saving machines. So there must be tens of millions less jobs than in the old days.
Sure. Why, there just aren't any jobs compared with, well, say, 50 or 60 years back.
No? Let's just look at the record. Way back in 1870, it took 324 people working out of every 1,000 to produce all the things we needed. In the next 60 years, we went machine mad, like Ted says. Till nowadays, those machines must have put most everybody out of work. But what's the facts? Why, now we have 400 factory workers employed out of every 1,000 people.
Gosh, Dad, that means more men working with machines than without them.
Sure it does. But some folks still think that machines destroy jobs. Now, I've been doing a lot of reading on that question. You see, since machines came in, we don't work such long hours. We all get time to do a little more reading. The fact is that machines increase the supply of things we need and give us the time to use them.
No, that's the first time I heard that.
For every job they take away, they make at least one new job and maybe more. New jobs and better jobs. And don't forget, it takes men to make the machines, to produce the increased amount of raw materials needed, and to sell, transport, and handle the increased volume of product. Now, I remember back in my old hometown.
Oh, brother.
We had 2 blacksmiths, busy most of the time fixing wagons, shoeing horses and such.
That's nice.
The blacksmith worked 14 hours a day and made a living if he was lucky. He certainly wasn't renowned as an employer of labor. The horse and buggy business kept about 11 men working in our town, what with the 2 blacksmiths, 2 livery stables, and the feed store. So those 11 men never dreamed they'd have their jobs shot out from under them by this goofy-looking contraption. They said the horseless carriage business was just a fad, couldn't last. The darn thing would blow up. Cost too much anyhow. But today, that town's got 6 filling stations, 2 repair shops, and an accessory store with steady jobs for 37 men, where 11 used to live off the horse and buggy.
Really?
A lot more people in that town are working for the electric light company, where there wasn't this in the good old days. And there's a dozen stores on Main Street giving work to 100 more people, in place of the 2 people who used to work in the old general store. Why?
I don't
Because the
know!
machines have made all kinds of new things that people need, and made so many of them that the price can be brought down where everybody can buy those things.
Oh!
Same with the automobile. How many cars were sold when they were mostly handmade? Wasn't much of an industry in those days because a man had to be wealthy to buy one. Today, machine production has provided some kind of a car for almost every family in America. There are over 20 million passenger cars on the roads today.
Yeah, but how about the wagon drivers, the blacksmiths, and all those folks that lost their jobs because of the automobile?
That's an honest question. Let's go inside where we can get the honest facts.
Now, come along with me, you ludicrous lump. There's much to be done.
Sit down, boy, and make yourself comfortable. Now, as I remember it, 1900 was the top year for the horse and buggy business. Let's see what the almanac says. Here we are. It shows that about 1 million people were working as drivers, wagon makers, stable hands, and so forth. Now compare that 1 million jobs. And tough jobs they were, too, with almost 3 million jobs made by the automobile. 3 times as many new jobs as the old jobs that were wiped out. Now let's look at some of the other job eater-uppers. In almost any office, you will find 2 machines that will certainly let one office worker do at least the work of 2 or 3 working by hand. Yeah, the typewriter and the adding machine must have tossed millions of office people out of jobs. In 1860, with no office machines, it took 4,369 clerks, bookkeepers, and so on for every million population. Now bring on your machines and watch those poor office workers get fired. Well, by Jiminy, 49,805 office workers instead of 4,000 or so per million population.
That's insane.
Just 11 times as many as before they started doing their work by machine. But even with all the modern machinery we've got, we haven't begun to meet the demand for all the need. Surveys by big industries have proved that even in 1929, our biggest year, we only produced about half enough the things our people need to give them the living standards they are working toward. And this doesn't even count the new industries just being born today. In 1,000 laboratories, in big industries everywhere, men are working all the time to find ways to do things better and easier.
How stupid.
Scientists and engineers are creating new jobs by perfecting new formulas and new machines. The chemists discovered how to spin a stream of liquid into a thread of rayon. And all of a sudden, right out of nowhere, we had an industry that created 109,000 jobs and $97 million in wages between 1913 and 1934.
Cha-ching!
And that's just one example. In late years, we've seen 18 new industries, giving jobs to 10 million men and women. You know them yourself. Automobiles, electrical apparatus, gasoline, typewriters, mechanical refrigerators, and a lot of others. Instead of destroying jobs, machines have made more of them. And right here you have the answer to why you and I, both of us, average American working men, enjoy the highest living standards of any working men in the world. 14 million of us own our own homes. 4 out of 5 families own cars. Most of us have telephones, electric lights, and 1,000 other comforts of life, besides insurance policies and saving accounts. All this progress has come because the machine has given us mass production so that everybody can enjoy the good things we produce. Why, we're sitting on top of the world, we Americans.
That is such a lie.
That's the story, Ed, from an old-timer who has been through the mill. You see, here in America, we have always worked on the idea that the best way to get ahead is to follow one simple rule. Multiply wealth, produce more of the world's goods, so that everybody can have a bigger share. Mass production. And that means more machines and bigger ones, bigger factories and more men on the payroll than we have ever seen before. That's what machines mean to America, Ed. More of the good things of life and more jobs for all of us.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
Crunchy little nuggets bursting with nut-sweet flavor.
Well, first we got to exercise them.
Do we have to?
Now, that's our agreement. We got to keep slim and trim. It helps to eat the right kind of food, like a post-grape nuts breakfast.
I do, honey.
And we got to exercise.
How all?
You want your post-grape nuts?
Barn.
Come on.
A grape nuts breakfast fills you up, not out. 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 Fills you up, not out.
Delicious.
Mr. Christian, come here.
Who ate my post toasties? Who ate my post toasties?
Let's all hurry to the grocery store to tell that man we gotta have more Post Toasties. For goodness sake, get Post Toasters.
Some cornflakes. Oh, Captain Bligh, he knows what's good, just like a right smart skipper should. He likes his cornflakes crisp and sweet, so the only kind he'll ever eat is
Post Toasters.
We've searched the world from east to west. Of all the cornflakes, they're the best. Sweet as a mermaid, crisp as a breeze. The best cornflakes on the 7 seas.
Post Toasties. For goodness sake, get Post Toasters.
Some cornflakes.
Ah, well, that's it for the shorts.
That's the end.
Yeah, that anyway. But wait, it's not over yet. We got more things going here on the Harry Scary Hangout. At least one more thing. We're going to give 2 prizes away.
Yes, not one, but 2 prizes away.
Yeah, gimme.
So we watched all the shorts. We
Yes.
watched some skits.
Men and Machines, huh?
Men and Machines. Wow. I wonder what those guys would think about 2022.
Oh my gosh, who knows?
With their 1936 minds, what would they think of 2022?
Who knows? Maybe we should make some new shorts.
All right, well, there is. Okay, these are the prizes. Woo. Okay, and I've got a bucket here filled with names, as you can see. So I have to shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake my bucket.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Shake my bucket.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Ooh, yeah.
Let's shake it up. Okay. Let's stir it up. And let's pick a winner. Who could it be now? It's Tony Marr. Woo!
All right.
Tony Marr won one of the DVDs.
Winner 1, the first winner of the night.
Tony Marr. Congrats, Tony. And the winners need to email us their mailing addresses.
That's right. Now
So
put up our
Tony
mailing
Marr,
address right
if
here.
you're out there listening, email us your mailing address so we can get that out to you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get one more here.
One more shakes in that bucket. See what we get. What new winner we get.
All right, there's a name.
That's the one. Connie
Could
Clary.
it be now? It's Travis Brown. Woo!
Oh!
Travis Brown won.
All right.
Congrats, Travis and Tony Marr. Awesome.
So the big winners of the night.
The big winners of this grand prize.
Mm-hmm.
This is Elvis's birthday, 92. Starring Mike Hudson, who was in the band The Pagans.
The legendary punk band of Cleveland.
The legendary punk band. They were Cleveland's first punk rock band that started in the 70s.
Infamous.
Yes. So there you go. You guys can do some research there and look up songs on YouTube if you're not familiar. But yeah, and you can watch, the winners can watch that.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight's show. No hangover tonight.
Yes, no hangover after party chat tonight, but we will be back next week, I believe.
That's right. We're planning on being back this next Friday and give you the down low what happened here tomorrow night's show at the Beachland Ballroom. Got it right this time.
Yes,
and it's going to be a blast. So
yeah, look for more podcasts and videos and more Harry Scary Hangout shows from us in the future.
That's right.
If you like what you see, if you like hanging out here, give the video a like. We do appreciate it. The more likes, the more it gets pushed out there in the YouTube algorithm. And hit subscribe. We're getting so close. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers.
Indeed.
So
All
share
right.
the video with a friend, get them to subscribe. And thank you, Public Media Network,
Yes, as always.
for streaming the telecast or the simulcast on television.
That's right. And thank you all watching out there
Yes.
tonight. Thank you for being here and spending some of your precious time with us because, hey, we like spending it with you. That's right.
We do. So thank you, gang. Good night, good fright. And we'll see you next time.
That's right. We'll see,
Mwah.
we'll see some of you tomorrow night.
Yes.
All right. See you later, alligators.
Bye.